Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Studio Time with Ryos. I believe this is episode 58, which is kind of crazy. But folks, in today's episode, we will be making a new idea from scratch, as you guys suggested. I put up a poll on Instagram, put up a poll on YouTube community, and you guys voted for making an idea from scratch, which is exactly what we will be doing today. I think I want to work on some bigger ideas because I've been making a lot of progressive house. So naturally, I want to do the opposite. And I think it might be fun today if I try to do it within like 1 hour and see what I can come up with. All right, folks, here we go. So we're in FL Studio, the Go DAW, as per usual. Now, I'm using my phone to record this video, and I have my MacBook switching over slowly but surely. But for the time being, as I switch everything over, I'm using it to monitor myself, the camera, I mean. So what I'm trying to say is I don't have a way to track the time, and I kind of just want to produce. So I'm going to loosely aim for an hour. I'll keep checking the time. So yeah, we're going to do my best to stay within that range. But without further ado, we'll go 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So when I work on anything, I'm a big synth guy. Literally, I love big synths. So typically when I'm making an idea from scratch, I like to start there. Now, another thing that I do, which I highly recommend, I like to separate, I'm going to try to do 2 things at once so I don't kill time, but I try to separate the sound design / preset finding situations separate from my creative process. Basically, so that when I'm in a situation like this, I have a bunch of sounds that I know I like because they're already in my favorites folder. My favorites folder. Cracked. So let's see if we can find a cool sound. This way we save a lot of time. That's pretty sick. I was looking for something a little bit more like old school. Kind of like this. This could be dope. Let's run with this. Now, sometimes it's a question of like, do I process the sound right away? I mean, this sound is already sounding really big. So maybe I can come up with a melody first. When it comes to big room and more aggressive tracks, the trend lately is upping the BPM. So we'll start at 135. And then personally, I'm a big fan of the darker keys. So from like D sharp to C. So we'll start here. Dunna. So I really like this kind of offbeat vibe that this note, this D sharp 4 note. It's kind of making it a little groovy instead of it being here. A little bit of a bounce. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Da-na-na. Let's keep it going. Ooh, I think that's cooler. There's also some nice potential to do some cool pitching, which maybe we'll see. But now that I like this melody. I think now we should get some processing going. And I'm going to try to go quick. What I like to do, especially with big room, because the reverb and delay is ultra important, I usually like doing it myself. So we're going to go ahead and quickly create a verb send and a delay send. And this will be my main lead. Okay. And then we'll send the main lead and the sends to mixer track 8, and then this will be my lead all. So very important that I stay organized. It just helps my little pea brain. And yeah, so here we go. Why are my settings? Okay, never mind. All right, so for the reverb, we'll go Arts Acoustic. I'm trying to go away from Arts Acoustic because I love it so much, but they apparently stopped selling it, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it on my Mac unless one of my Mac friends that has it will be so kind to give it to me. But for right now, it is kind of my crutch when it comes to big room leads. We'll go ahead and use my one of my favorite presets, which is from my song Heat, which looks like this. We'll take down the dry, and then for the delay, I really like to do a combination of like ping pong and actually adding a little bit of reverb to that ping pong. So I'll also use from my song Heat, this kind of ping pong delay. We'll make sure the wet's 100%. And then let's try Realm. Realm is like my second favorite reverb right now. It's very close to being like Arts Acoustic. I just have to get used to the parameters a little bit more. But it's really, really dope. But I love adding reverb to my delays. So that's dope. And then the reverb. I'm probably going to wind up sidechaining these to the sound, to the main lead, so that it ducks. But one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and let's quickly get some processing going here. So we'll always start with an EQ. Excuse me, we can roll off some lows. Probably like right around here. And then we'll go ahead and get some basic kind of big processing going. Use OTT. And again, trying to stray away from Camel Crusher because I don't think I can get it to work on my Mac. So I hear maybe I can, but I think she's done for. But for time's sake, I know it works, so we're gonna rock with it. And the beautiful thing about this, right? When you start with a big lead, for me, once you have the lead sounding like huge and ready for a festival or a club or whatever, it kind of instantly inspires me to work on the rest of the track. Almost like how if you're working on, let's say, something more acoustic, something more pop, once you have a beautiful vocal or beautiful like chord progression down or something, it just makes things easier. I guess you could say that with every part of production, but once you get something inspiring going, the main sound, the theme or whatever, it really helps create that snowball effect in the studio, which is nice. And so far, we're kind of getting there, which is dope. One thing straight away I know I'm going to want to do, add way more airiness to this lead. And then we'll do another EQ, and this time I'm going to do the opposite. So sometimes when I boost a lot of the top end, I like to take out a lot of this harsh, crappy region. Very disrespectful and not in a good way. Okay. And then we can kind of round off this chain with a clipper. I usually like using some kind of clipper or limiter on my main sounds. And actually, you know what? I'm going to save this EQ decision. I'm going to move this here because I do want my reverb and delay to also be affected by this curve. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. I'm going to quickly check the time. Okay, so I think we're like about 10 minutes in. So pretty good. I think what I'm going to do right now, just to get it over with, is I am going to sidechain the reverb to the lead sound. So we could do that here, here, here. Yeah, so really, really powerful. Usually I like the delay to kind of float a little bit. I don't want it to pump as much. So maybe we won't add the sidechain on the delay, but we'll see. We'll see if it really gets muddy. This shit sounds kind of huge to me, though. I'm not going to lie. So let's rock with this. Let's put this in the playlist. This will be my lead. And then, of course, like in the context of these more aggressive, big room-esque tracks, the kick and the bass are everything. So I say we go ahead and get that in now and not waste too much time perfecting the lead if we don't really have anything else in there yet. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's check out the Ryos Patreon packs. Let's see. Oops. You weren't supposed to see that. No, I'm just kidding. May is a work in progress. Let's see. So what I'm thinking is we'll probably use like... Oh, you know what we can do? So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to think what kind of bass line I'm going to do. When I hear this, because it's rhythmic, I almost don't think like a classic, but let's say a typical big room kick, big room techno kick is going to work that well. I think we should go for more of like a rolling bass line. That's kind of like what's in my head, but I'm actually obsessed with this kick. And I think if anything, we can use just the attack. So we'll keep this in the playlist. Yeah, I think this attack is awesome. And then what else we could do is we can layer kind of more of a typical punchy kick. If I'm going to go with the rolling bass line, usually with rolling bass lines, they're kind of standard. Punchy kick works great. And then we can use this kind of attack to get it to be really clicky. So let's see. Let's see what kind of kicks we got here. This is a good one. Also good. I don't know. I like both of these so far. I don't know which one is going to sound better layered with this, but we'll try this one for now. Now, because this one, I only want that kind of aggressive top end, we're going to cut off the lows and the low mids, really. Yeah, I just want this to be a top kick. Okay, they sound good to me so far, so we can go ahead and route these to what's going to be the drop kick group. Let's go ahead, let's get sidechain on the lead. Lower this a bit. Yeah, now we're already cooking. This sounds huge. All right, I don't want to get too caught up because I am trying to do this all within an hour. So let's go straight away and let's get some bass sounds going. Now, my gut was to do a rolling bass. So let's just go there straight away. I am going to go for this pack from Sam Smyer. Shout out him. He's an awesome sound designer. And the reason I want to go here is because I feel like a lot of melodic techno, they use these awesome rolling basses. And, like, this is insane. This is sick. But the cool thing is, if I do a rolling bass, I'll feel like I'll have room to do some automations, right? So I can, like, open up the cutoff. I can do some almost sidechains influence, like pitch bends and stuff. I just feel like with this bass line, or excuse me, with the lead pattern, the way it is, how it's like kind of gallopy, I just feel like a rolling bass would help. I could be completely off, and I might just go for a regular big room kick, but let's see. Okay, so we'll start with just a very simple... Kickstart. And let's see what macros. Ooh, that could be cool. Little automation, little width, and then yeah, I love when the cutoff opens on rolling basses. That's like a personal personal fave of mine. Maybe I can go like here. It would be dope here if I did oh, what did I just do? What? Hello? Get out of my way. I think I opened up the manual. I want to what's it called? Do a pitch bend. You know your boy loves a pitch bend. I love when things be sliding around and shit. Also, I just feel like kind of bringing a little bit of that psytrance influence would be dope. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, that was an accident. But that sounds dope. What the f... It was an accident because this was supposed to keep rolling, but I guess when that whole manual thing just happened, I deleted that by accident. That sounds cool. I don't know if it's going to sound good deleted. Let's check. Okay, this is dope, but I think this needs to come back. Hold on. Because it sounds like the bass just kind of stops, which is no bueno. Yeah, this is dope so far. Okay, let's copy this over. I can already kind of hear in my head that right here, I want the sidechain on both the rolling bass and the lead to go away. And we could do like a cool fill here. Alright, that doesn't sound as cool as I thought. I might have to tweak that. We could also do the classic big room techno technique that I love to do. I think I do it in every single like modern big room song that I've made. I love to high pass the kick and the bass and keep the what's it called? I keep the kick and the bass playing, but I just high pass them. If I want to do that, let's go here. Let's put an EQ. The reason I'm like sighing is because I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with my sub. And usually I like group everything together, but for time's sake, I'll just do it like this quick. So we'll put this automation here. Why am I moving like a boomer today with this mouse? Here. Hide this. Okay. And then this is what I'm talking about. So we high pass the kick. And then when you high pass the bass as well, kind of sounds dope. Okay, so here. Probably should have just routed it to that same automation clip, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that sounds dope. That's exactly what I want. I love when it high passes there. Cool. This sounds dope so far. How am I doing on time? I think I started filming at like 2:20, 2:42. Okay, so about 40 minutes left. I'm kind of crushing this. What the fuck? Let's go. Let's figure out the sub. Okay, so with a rolling bass, I usually like just layering a regular sub underneath this, not playing the rhythmic pattern. It's personally what I like to do. What am I in? D sharp? Let's see if I have... Not that. Do I have a sub? Let me just search my packs quick. Sir? What is happening? Sub. There we go. Fun fact, I use this one in Man and Finance, so I know it works. The only thing is, though, this is like an offbeat vibe. This one would probably work better, actually. And it's already in D sharp, so I don't have to pitch it. Let's also switch this to time stretch it. Yep. And then I'll just kind of copy this. It might be a little too pumpy, actually, but let's see. Sounds fat to me. Let's make some room for the sub on the rolling bass. Let's cut a little bit less. And then I also want to get that pitch going. So what I could do is I'll duplicate this end, switch this to stretch, and then make an automation clip so that I can copy that same pitch bend, which I think we just go, yeah, we go down a full octave. So here, okay. Now, what I could tell you guys, if you want a little fun tip, something that changed the game for me was really making sure that your sub is in audio. Even if you want to make your sub in Serum, Sound, whatever, make your pattern, and then print it to audio, you just get a far more consistent and a far more solid result in the end, in my opinion. Yeah, take that for what you will. But I love subs in audio. Here we go. All right, so no doubt the rolling bass and the sub could be mixed better. There's a lot of fighting going on, but it's good enough. It sounds fat, and I'll take that for the first idea, first demo. Let's go ahead and start getting some more stuff down so we can build out this idea. Let's get some noise going. Or like a... yeah, little clap effect right before the drop. No. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did I just do? Fit to tempo. Type in tempo. There we go. Okay. Let's get a hack going. Yo, I'm moving like a boomer today. What the hell? Okay. Okay, I just remembered I'm supposed to do that little techno kick high pass thing with my sub as well. And then this time what I could do is I'll route it to one of the other automations that I already made. Probably filter the lead, do something cool there as well. Okay, hat. I want to do something cool with the bass, which maybe we'll do a little bit later on, but I'm imagining like the bass opening up the cutoff a lot, and then maybe even doing some weird pitching or changing the melody, or the bass line rather, something like that. But let's keep it pushing. I definitely want to do drums. I'm making some spots, some slots, some tracks for my drums. I kind of like how clean it is right now. So I'm not, hello? I kind of like how clean it is right now. So what I like to do is I like to build out the second half of the drop. And then sometimes in doing that, I kind of figure out, oh, this extra sound that I added would actually work in the beginning of the drop as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to go ahead. We'll copy over these drums. Like so. And then let's get some like more hats and shakers in. And I need to adjust this automation. And then I usually like to layer something weird with my top loops. Basically, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, guys. I'm focused on making a song. I just want something weird. What can I do? The thing that I've really been enjoying is layering some weird vocal in my top loop. That's what I really like. So if we get like I just want chatter. What happens if I type in chatter? Yeah, like okay, watch. So this is a good sound because it's got like it's got some weird distortion and stuff to it. This is a good one. So I take Shaper Box. We put volume. We put this on 16th. Put this like here. And then we try to find a nice little bit that we could use. Wait, like right there, ready? Watch. So. This is that type of weird shit I'm talking about. Okay, so dope. And then now I'll open up another instance of Shaper Box. And now I usually like to explore these presets and just get something weird going. Come on, give me something. I love the panning here. I don't like that time thing, so we can just take it off. Cool. And then let's get the timing right. Okay. So I think I'm gonna go like this. And then underrated, slip tool, FL. Look at this. I can adjust the timing of this sample on its own. It's cool. I like that. The pitching, we're going to see what works best with the lead and the bass, but it's also a little lifeless right now, so what I like to do as well, we'll just use Shaper Box again, just to make my life easy, but I like adding some noise on top of this. Yeah, like something weird like this. Let's make it super tight. We can, wasn't there not a fancy button that I could use? It just does it automatic. Oh, auto, yeah. And then we can put that extra texture before the panning so that it all gets processed in the right order. And then now we just need a little bit of space. We can use realm. Just get a small preset. And then I'm spending a lot of time on this, but this is where I have fun. I love doing shit like this. Let's copy over the bass, and then we'll see how everything is sounding. It'd be a heartbreaker if I did all this and it sounds like trash. Nah, this is dope. It needs a little work, but the vision is visioning. I know I said I wasn't going to mix, but I have to, at least a little bit. There's some super heavy clashing going on. Normally, what should I do? I think we're going to go on the rolling bass, and then we're going to just make little dippies here. And then I want to also just finalize the pitch here. Oh, I just realized, by the way, big brain, I can check my screen. I've been filming for 40 minutes. What? Oh, I got to speed it up. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like fix this by removing it. Way too pokey and resonant. And really, the whole point of this is to add texture up here, so I don't really need this. Yeah, see, so it just adds a little bit of extra goodness to my drum group. Let's also just get a simple top loop in. Top loop. Let's see what we got here. I like these DS samples. This could be dope. Okay, my only complaint is I think that this could be tighter, so we're going to go ahead and use shaper box again. Big shaper box guy. Okay. We got to get going. We are roughly, I think I have about like 20 minutes left. I should have used the timer. This is poor planning on my end. But, the main idea was to get the drop down. Maybe I'll make a small build in the last like 5 minutes just to get a vibe. But to work on the drop some more, I want to get some like impact for the drop. So what I like to do, maybe we'll do like a combination of white noise, a crash effect. Like we could try a few things out, see what sounds good. Right here, we can use my little stutter noise fill. I think that'd be dope. It might be too soon for it, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, I think it'd sound better here probably. Also, I don't know. I'm not huge on using crashes in big room. I don't know why. I think I'd rather just use noise. Let's use the chill noise splash if I could find it. And then if not, if this doesn't sound good, we can just use like a regular white noise sample. Let me see. Okay. Okay, now something funny. I'm hearing at the end of this splash, so it kind of fades away. It needs to have a little impact. It needs to have something that says like, all right, splash is gone. Clap effect would be great for that. So maybe we won't keep this for the pre-drop, and in fact, we'll use it here. Yes, sir. Copy and paste this one. What's the timing? Like here. I just set up. It's supposed to be stretched off like that. He gets the stretching right out of the corner. Okay, leads will be copied over. For the leads, I will also do some kind of cool filtering. We're going to use Transit 2. Bang. Now, Transit 2, I love it. I need to turn it off, though, because sometimes it, like, carries over and bleeds over. So I like to just turn it off and then only turn it on when I actually need it, which would be here. And then I'm probably going to use one of the first two, like, opening presets are really good for just, like, basic filtering, but filtering that's, like, a little bit more elevated. And, yeah, because of the time constraints that I've put on myself today, I won't do anything, like, super insane. There we go. Sidechain goes back on. Now, I'm not going to lie. Normally, claps don't usually... Oh, my... Never mind. Forget it. Forget what I was going to say. I'm going to put a clap here. That's all we need to say. What kind of clap, though? Maybe just my... Oh, I love this one. Oh, actually, I've got a tonal version. Pitch this up to 1 semitone. D sharp. Yeah, that's sick. I hate when this happens. I'm just going to do this. Sometimes it's hard to account for the tail, but all good. This will be fine. I just realized I could copy over these clap effects as well. Just trying to make sure the timing is correct. Should be like right here. I'm also hearing like an offbeat ride. Isn't there a pack? I think it's SM, yeah. There's a rave pack from, I think, Sample Magic. And they've got, like, old school rides. Yeah. This was dope. I like that it pans. Little cough bubble there. Here we go. Took me 3 times to rename that properly. I just realized also we could copy the stutter fill over to, what is it, after, yeah, like right here. And then, I mean, this sounds dope so far. We can keep things, we can make like a little outro for the drop. Sick. Okay. I'm going to do one at a time. 10 minutes. So for the kick, we'll go like this. We'll copy this over. We'll copy this over. The bass, I think, is already working, right? Yep. I kind of want to do a quick build-up just so we have something. I'm going to copy the leads over here. And then what we'll do, we'll make some space for us. And then the sidechain will be turned off. And then we could just do the basics, the fun stuff. Filtering. My favorite, Endless Mile. And we'll also get a Fruity Balance. It's the fancy version of Fruity Balance. We need that one. Just to control everything. And you know what? Technically, schmechnically, my clipper from here should go over here now. But it's okay for now. All right, so all sounds good. We're gonna start high passing here. I like that. That dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I think I like. Hello, calm down. I'm too hyped. I like that this part. I like that you hear it right before the drop. Because the Endless Smile goes from being super washed out to dry, and I like that this kind of leads into the drop. I think that sounds dope. So I'm gonna copy that idea with the filtering. See, I knew I was messing up the clap effect timing. This is good. This is off. Good. Off. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, this sounds good. I kind of want to take this down even more. And then I also want to modulate the stereo separation. We'll make this get more and more narrow as it gets closer to the drop. And that way, once the drop hits, it sounds nice and fit. And maybe I'll do this here. How am I doing? 5 minutes? All right. We could do this. Let's get some quick build snares and such. Get a quick riser in. 130, D sharp. All right, getting slightly too washed out. Let's get a little impact, start the drop, or the build rather. Actually, you know what? I don't like that idea. I need my, let's get this in. I was going to say I need drums. For drums, sometimes I like to use actually hats in the build-up. So we can go there, and then of course I also want to add some build snares as well, especially because it's very, very big room influenced. Okay, sick. I want to get a quick big snare in. I'm going to actually use... Where's my Novocaine one? I rinse this one. I use this in everything. But I want to get this in because if I have time, I have a few minutes. I want to... I just realized I didn't play around with any synth ideas, background synth ideas in the drop. And I love doing that normally. I just completely slipped my mind. This guy. And with this riser, because this one's quite tonal, I do want to filter it out. So we'll go ahead and actually use Endless Smile. That way we get the distance as well as the filtering. Cool. And I'm only going to start it like maybe here and then probably max it out. Oh, and really I should be doing the drums as well. Let's go here. I'm going to route these quickly. Goodbye organization. Same thing. We'll use Endless Smile. I filter these out quick. I'm locked in. It's alright. It is what it is. It's just a filler build. I have like a minute. Okay. Let's see if I can quickly throw in some like background synth stuff. I didn't like that one. I thought that was going to work better. Let's see. Kind of like it better without a stab. Yeah, no stab. Don't need that right now. Maybe later. How much time do I have? 30 seconds. How am I going to spend these last 30 seconds? Okay, normally I will say for my drums, I usually like cutting the drums here. So it'd be like... Alright, and then... She. By the way, I did my intro, so I should have longer than an hour. Or rather, I should have a few more minutes till I get to an hour. But I mean, we're pretty much like, we're pretty close. Like, I think what I could do briefly is just for this outro, I could just highlight this portion right here. Yeah, that could just kind of be like my little fake outro for now. Usually I would want to do a lot more, but it's okay. Could we get this in there for the outro just for vibes? Like, perhaps? Perhaps? No, it's not big enough. Where's my other one I just added? Into the March Patreon pack. G sharp. Shit, I'm bad at this. 5 semitones from G sharp would be... E. Therefore, it needs to be 6. G, F sharp, F, E, D sharp, D sharp. Wait, D sharp, 6. I don't know. That doesn't sound good. I don't like it. Get it out of there. Bye. Anything else that I could add quick? Yeah, honestly, I think this is dope. There's nothing really that I immediately want to add back, or add in, rather. I think we're chilling. This would have been dope before, but I feel like I filled out my drums enough. I don't need that. Yeah, all these fills. I'm chilling, yo. We good. I think for a quick first demo in 1 hour, this is pretty on fire. I do say so myself. All right, so folks, let's take a listen from the top, and let's see what I came up with. There you have it, folks. Nah, I'm stoked. I'm so hyped. Guys, this was the 1 hour big room challenge, if you will. Studio Time with Ryos, episode 58. Holy guacamole. Big fan of how this one came out. How we doing? Guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time I upload. Be sure to check out my Patreon where you can find some great sample packs, monthly feedback, lessons, much more. Link for that will be down below in the description. So that'll be all for me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.